I want to give a shout out to a woman named Viola, and also give a shout out to a woman named LJ. I saw a very powerful movement in the film industry that was significant. And you know, if you don't know me, I'm pretty I guess alert to analyzing a think tank situation, cinematography, but there was a situation where there was supposedly love in the equation. I'm trying not to tell too many specifics, but make it random enough that y'all can try to get an idea, because I'm actually pumped up and inspired by this presentation. But it was a question of, was it love or was it not love? Interracial habitation. Vows at some point had been exchanged. Rings swapped. Is it love or not? To me, the whole thing was about money. To me, the whole thing was about powerful women who had to do what they had to do. Now, I've thought quite a bit that some women either are or pretend to be airheads. And before you get all upset and ready to delete yourself as a subscriber, if you have subscribed, which you may not have even subscribed anyway, so it may not matter. But if you are prepared to delete yourself, what I mean by the airhead status is these women were controlled by powerful men who made a lot of money in a crime racket. So can you imagine an airhead floating around enjoying the luxuries, the luxurious lifestyle, everything's paid for, just being tipped and celebrating and not really having any details or at all at what's going on, just realizing that as a woman, I'm being celebrated and treated like royalty, and that's all that matters. But that revealed his ugly head. And so if you guys, let's say there's a woman right now who has a man who works construction. I'm just going to deviate from the story for a minute, go into something else because I can do that. Somebody that does construction, and he dies, and you're forced to go to the job now and do his assignment. You don't know what a hammer looks like. You don't know what a construction site is. You don't know how to pick up a piece of wood because your arms is too weak. You're just feeble. I can't do it. But yet there's a disrespect for mankind when you can't do any of this stuff. So for the 2 or 3 women that feel like they can do just as many push-ups as men and can live the gruff life, I'm not talking to you. subscribe and holler at me. Let's go. Let's battle back and forth. Let's get the fans and the viewers something to be intrigued and excited about. So let's battle. But anyway, it's a story of airhead women trying to take up a mantle and cover all of the bases now that the cash cow is gone. This story is about somebody's life. And if you ask me, what is the moral of the story, Motell Granite, the great? Don't be an airhead, handle business. That's the title of my sermon. Don't be an airhead, handle business. Now I said that. So, but anyway, so Viola, I'm just gonna say violin, which is an instrument. Violin played a significant role, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. Violin is my favorite actress. I'm sold now. I'm bought in. She's a modern day Harriet Tubman for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the name real quick to do the shout out. I want to give a shout out to Viola Davis, as now I'm identifying as my favorite actress. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Sometimes I used to ask myself, what is coaching? And I used to ask myself, what is acting? Well, Viola Davis showed me once again today what acting is. And as a student of the acting program, I'm studying, and I would love for Viola to be a mentor or an example, a guideline of how you be professional as, an actor, actress, and all of those good things. So if you guys pay attention to my resume, I tend to favor women, powerful women though, that are not airheads, that are not geared or only trying to find a dude to buy you a drink at the club. Buy your own damn drink. If you see a guy that you like, take him out to dinner. Oh, I'll never take a man out to dinner. Well, you ain't talking like, well, I think me and Viola Davis is talking. That's real woman stuff. You gotta be a woman though. You can't be an airhead. An airhead just wants everything their way. So, here's what the point again is. This was a compilation of money, which ties into greed, which ties into love or the lack thereof. Multiple twists and turns. There's cheating involved, extramarital relationships set up. A powerful director, cannot remember his name, so somebody send me the young man's name, if you don't mind. I would appreciate that so that I can use that for future dialogue. But I cannot remember the director's name for the movie Widow. Powerful film. You got a combination of men and women, and you got women stepping up to the plate. So I'm not giving anything about the movie. I'm talking about general things that you can relate to. It's a story about women who were airheads who stepped up to the plate to be the boss. And they did the things that the men have to do in a powerful position. And I got nothing but respect for it. I like this movie. The only piece that I'll tell you about the movie, there's only one small piece that I'm going to say. Viola, who is, I consider, even as her character, was a very respectable, powerful, sensual, natural woman. Viola's character. She was a leader. She became a leader and a boss and took charge and did what she had to do. But my favorite part of the movie was they showed the screen was filled with a cigarette. And there was an orange flame lit and it connected to the butt of the cigarette on the extension. This woman who had no chinks in her armor, no real signs of stress, but was capable of crying, you know, a powerful cry though, not like a weak cry, it was a release. Sort of like what I enjoy getting all the time as a boss. So some women and people get it twisted. A lot of times it's just a release and I'm after, you know, and go back to continue being a kingpin. But anyway, so she lit this cigarette and she's standing in the window and she's smoking it. And that was a part I was like, you know what? She earned that. First sign of being a human was her smoking a cigarette. It was the first filter of weak that I saw, but it was understood though. I respect it. And like I said, it's my favorite part of the movie. Was that little piece right there. But let me say this for the movie Widows before I get off here this time. Before I get off of here. I do plan on buying the DVD or something, getting the movie for my own collection because I like collecting these psychological twist slash romance slash relationship slash money slash lessons slash racism and how it, I like that stuff. So shout out again to the director. Somebody can send me his name for the movie Widows. And if you guys get an opportunity to go and see Widows, I would suggest you go. And send me a message. Let me know what your assessment is of it. We can have dialogue about it. If you're close or local, or even if you are far, maybe we could meet and sit down and do a video and have dialogue about it. I'm all good with that. So LJ, I want to catch up with you because you're a powerful force, and hopefully we can do a video about widows. And you're a big time thinker and a superior individual, so I want to get your thoughts and things on canvas and put it in my library and use it as an instrument to educate somebody who is on their way up as a young lady or as a young man who you are pioneering or are being a leader of. All of that stuff is good. But the movie is called Widows. And if anybody want to do an assessment, widow means without husband. Yeah. Without husband. So that means do it on your own. But I thought a relationship was working together. Maybe not anymore. Maybe the definition has changed. Maybe I'm not leading the brigade of the new wave. A relationship is always supposed to have been about two people, but now maybe a relationship is about one of us. And where the mystery comes in at is who is it going to be about? In Widows, the decision was made. The decision was made. And it looked like a regular story. The men die and the women live That's the way it is. Men die and women live. And usually, if the story goes on a little bit further, women marry new men. Don't tell new men. Now, this is not in the movie. Now, the director guy would probably have to pay me for this. I can finish this for you. I can. I got some stuff. And it can come right on the top of the cup. You can fly me to California, ATL, and somebody can put half of the money in a little manila folder or something like that, or in a suitcase. Let me count that bread first, then I'll start telling. But anyway, so go out and support the movie. And this is my contribution to the movie Widows.